Well, today we're in Enid at Leonardo's, and we're visiting with Susan Dobson, who's project coordinator for the Children's Educational Garden here. And Susan, thank you for showing us around today.
Well, thank you for coming.
Now, Susan, this is a very nice garden right now, but it hasn't always looked this way, has it?
No, it certainly hasn't. This used to be an old ice plant many years ago, which burned down, and they just knocked the whole thing down and covered it up. So, and it was when we built Adventure Quest, the castle behind us, it was a construction site. We used this to bring in sand and mulch and the wood, and until this spring it was a real mess.
Well, you've made quite a transformation, and you said it just in the last 2 weeks you've done a lot of work on this.
Yes, this spring we had a lot of volunteers come, and we've done a lot. We've only planted the sod about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So up until then we had a lot of piles of dirt and compost.
So, well, it looks very nice. Now, this is a children's educational garden. So what kinds of gardens do you have out here?
Well, behind us we have the A to Z garden, where we have plants that start with every letter of the alphabet. Mm-hmm. And here in front of us we have a butterfly garden. And over to the behind us we also have a red bed, which includes plants that all have red foliage or red flowers. Mm-hmm. Some type of red in them.
Well, that's a fun idea. Now, in our butterfly garden here, you have a lot of nice plants, and you've also got a few fun items stuck in here.
Yeah. We want to make learning fun. That's one of the key points to the whole Leonardo's complex, is making learning fun. And so we've planted boots with some different kinds of sedums. We try to add a few whimsical touches. The garden also includes a lot of perennials and annuals and trees and bushes to add some winter interest, since we're open year-round.
Oh, neat. Now, the butterfly garden is basically your wildlife that you can attract here is going to have to fly in, basically.
It'll probably pretty much have to fly in, because we are right downtown in Enid, and there are large buildings and a lot of concrete around us.
Well, this makes a nice little oasis here. Now, in addition to all of these plants, I've noticed as we're walking along here that the cement has some interesting designs in it. What is this?
We have animal tracks that go in the whole sidewalk all the way around our garden, that the kids can follow and track animals. And we put them in with rubber animal feet, which were not easy to find. And so the kids can follow the tracks. We have things like buffalo and deer and turtles, raccoons, mostly animals that you might find somewhere in Oklahoma.
Well, that's nice. Now, you've also got a very nice vegetable garden. Can we go take a look at that?
Yes, certainly.
Well, Susan, it looks like your scarecrow's doing a good job. Your crops look great here.
Well, thank you. We put them in early this spring. This is so the kids can have a look at vegetables and our crop plants close up, whereas they might only see the end product in the grocery store or in their cereal boxes. What we have planted over here, we have yellow squash and zucchini squash. Behind it there's asparagus and sorghum. In the front we have green beans just getting started, and okra on either side.
Looks like your okra's just beginning to bloom.
Just beginning to bloom. And these crops, most of them seem really happy here in Enid. The vegetables do quite well. They like the heat and the sun.
Mm-hmm. So you've got the Bright Light Swiss chard, I see.
Bright Light Swiss chard. I thought the kids would enjoy the bright colors of the Swiss chard. It comes in reds and yellows and oranges. And behind that we have cucumbers growing up the wall, and radishes, and just a few carrots left. And on the other side there's sweet potatoes and peanuts. And the reason we have these planted here is so the kids can open a little plexiglass window down here.
Oh, yeah.
They can see the roots of the sweet potato and peanuts, and so the more interesting part of the crop is underground.
So they can kind of watch the progress then.
Yes, the roots are a part of the plant you don't often get to see because they're underground. So here you have a window to be able to see that.
Well, that's a neat way to fix that so they can watch. Now, I noticed over here you have a very nice crop of tomatoes. Have you harvested any yet?
Not yet. Would you like to be the first one to have one?
That'd be fun.
We have a cherry tomato here in the middle, and we have two regular on the outside. It looks like the cherry tomato is about ready to harvest. So here you are. You're welcome.
This will be good. Now, I also noticed that in addition to the vegetables, you've got the agronomic crops planted here.
Yeah, agriculture is a very important part of the Enid area, and we have soybeans, alfalfa, mung beans, and cotton planted, and this fall we'll put in some wheat so the kids can see the crops closer up instead of just driving by the fields in the car.
Well, that is really neat, and this is a very nice children's garden. It'll be nice to watch it grow and develop.
Yeah, I think it'll evolve to be a nice garden in the future.
Now, you basically have accomplished this with a lot of volunteer help, haven't you?
A lot of volunteer help. We depend, the whole Leonardo's complex depends a lot on our volunteers. We want to get the community involved since this is a community project. And so anyone interested in coming out to help with their gardening program can call Leonardo's, and the phone number is area code 580-233-2787.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the tour, Susan.
Well, thank you. I hope you come back in the future as we grow.
We will.